So I have opened the date table in Excel. Let's walk through the columns together. We are going to understand a small but powerful table, date. It holds key time-based fields like date, fiscal year and quarter. But most importantly, we will break down a real-world business concept that many people skip, the fiscal year. Let's start from the date table. This is the actual date in our data set. It's on monthly basis. We have already discussed about it in previous videos. So each row represents a specific month. And next, fiscal year column. This tells us which financial year that date falls in. Now here is where most beginners get confused. So let me explain. Usually, when we think of a year, we think from January to December. That's called a calendar year, and that's how we live our daily lives. New Year starts in January and ends in December, right? But business think differently. Companies don't always follow calendar years, especially in finance, manufacturing, and global companies. They use something called a fiscal year or financial year. And a fiscal year doesn't have to start in January, it depends on the company. In our case, AtliQ Motors follows a fiscal year that starts in April and ends in March of the next year. That means April 2022 to March 2023 is called fiscal year 2023. And the next fiscal year 2024 starts in April 2023 and ends in March 2024. Let me show you with a simple table. So what does this mean? You might look at June 2023 and think that's part of 2023, right? Yes, for the calendar year it is. But AtliQ Motors counts it as fiscal year 2024 because their fiscal year starts in April. I hope you got it. If you don't understand the concept, please rewatch the video again and again because this concept is very important. So whenever we are analyzing revenue, profit, market share or creating dashboards, we must use the correct fiscal year logic. Otherwise, our reports can be misleading. Let's now understand quarters. Just like we group months into years, we also group months into quarters. Every 3 months is one quarter. Now here is where people often get confused. Calendar year quarters. Quarter 1 is January to March. Quarter 2 is April to June. Quarter 3 is July to September. And quarter 4 is October to December. This is for calendar year. But for fiscal year, for AtliQ Motor, quarter 1 is April to June. Quarter 2 is July to September. And quarter 3 is October to December. And quarter 4 is January to March. Understanding the difference between calendar year and fiscal year and how quarter work is super important in any real project. Most people only focus on tools like Power BI, but real analysts think like the business. That's what we are learning in this bootcamp. So that's all about that date table. In next video, we will look how to connect dataset to the Power BI.